Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I am ecstatic with how many views the first video got. I really wasn't expecting that much out of it, but I'm pretty excited to continue to do this. And I've been working really closely with my co-teachers to come up with ideas for you guys and different things that we could do that would hopefully be very helpful for you. So today, this whole video is going to be focused on sorting and making sure that I show you different prompting systems to use with sorting. Sorting is something that you can do in any house with any item. I'm going to show you some items that I use and that you probably have similar items laying around your house. You should definitely have silverware, even if it's plastic. Before I start recording, there is going to be a section where I do use silverware, and we do use a knife, and I'll talk about it a little more when I get there. But use your discretion when sorting items. If it is something that you don't think your child or your students can handle, then don't include it in whatever you're sorting. I feel comfortable using it because I have me and I have somebody else that's assisting me. So we are both working together, and I'm sure that it's going to go safely. If that's not the case, don't do it. Okay, so I am going to pull up the movie, and we're going to watch it together, and I'll just kind of pause and talk about different things as I see fit. If at the end you have questions, always feel free to comment in the comment section, subscribe, like our videos, tell me what you want to see, and we will show you. We are super open to showing you guys whatever you want to see, but right now we're just brainstorming on things that we think are accessible and easy to use and important, and if that's not what you think, let me know. Okay, so here is our sorting video. I need me to be floating on top, so I'm going to adjust that real quick, and then we will continue. Okay, so now you are going to see a video of my family and me doing some basic sorting activities, and I'm just going to hit play. This first set of things that we do is using bowls and just balls. But you could sort with anything, so it doesn't have to be these balls. Anything that is color-coded in your house you can use. You could use Barbie dolls. You can use Legos. You can use any toy that has different colors or just different toys. So if it's Barbie dolls in one, Legos in one, something in the other, anything like that you have that's toys. We just happen to have a lot of balls laying around. I'm a big fan of using these kind of balls in my classroom too. If you're a special ed teacher and you don't have these balls, I recommend getting them. The students can play with them. You can sort with them. You can do so many different things with them that I just personally love. So you'll see kind of activities that I use them for with my kiddos. Just a reminder for those of you who haven't seen my first intro video, I do teach severe and multiple disabilities, so I'm in an IDS program. So my kiddos do have severe disabilities. I try to show you multiple ways you can do this with varying levels of ability. If there's something that I didn't show that you think you want to see or you have a question about, let me know and I'll show you. But this is just kind of a good starting point. Okay, so I'm going to show you 3 different ways so you can do a simple sorting activity to sort by color. The first way is just giving them a ball and having them put it in a bowl, a different color, and a third color. And then now I would give them a color that matches one of the ones that is in there and see if they can do it on their own to just match up the balls. And the last color, green. And so we would have them put it in. The second way that you can do the same kind of sorting activity. Okay, so one thing with this one, I didn't do it here because I wasn't going to color on these bowls that aren't mine. But typically I label them yellow would be written in yellow marker on the bowl or printed out on a piece of paper in yellow, just to give them a visual of I want the yellow here, instead of just having them place it wherever. I do label my bowls a lot of times so that it's not as much oh, put this one here, put this one here. It's specific as to where I want them to put it. It would be that I already have balls in there, and if I need them to match it and they can't do it themselves yet, I would hand him a color and I would be green, and prompt by touching the bowl or making noise with the bowl so that they don't get it wrong. Okay, so this is a pretty basic form of prompting. It's gesture prompting. So I'm handing him the ball, but then I'm also touching the bowl that I want it to go in. It doesn't have to be aggressive. I made it kind of aggressive in this video just so that you guys would be able to see it while I'm recording. But it's normally like pretty subtle. Like I would hand them the yellow and I would just like tap by the yellow or in the yellow bowl so that their eyes and attention are drawn to where I want them to put the ball. The same thing, yellow, I touch and have them put it in, and blue, the third one. If this is still too advanced, you can take it down to just 2 bowls and have them do 2 colors or even 1. And so I would just give them this and have them put it in the bowl, and there's no mistakes being made because it's 2. If you don't have bowls, the other thing you can do is anything with colors, I can hold and I can say touch yellow or hand me the yellow one and hold it out. If they know, they'll just grab it and hand it to you or grab it or touch it, and that would count. If they don't know, one thing that I like to do is hold it out and say, like, hand me the blue, and I'll put the blue one in front or closer to them so they're more likely to grab it, and then you would praise. So, like, touch blue. Oh, nice job, you touched the blue one. And then you could even add the bowl and be like, okay, put the blue one with the other blue. So now they're getting used to matching and adding like color sorts with just balls that are around the house. Okay, so here's another. Okay, so that last way is like something I'm a big fan of with my students. Whenever I'm teaching them something new, I like to use airless learning. So I don't want them to get it wrong at all. I just want to praise for them getting it right. So I always will like take 2 items. A lot of my kids work out of a field of 2. If your kid is working out of a field of 3, I would have to put them on the table because I don't have 3 hands. But like if you're holding 2 things, I always put the right answer when I'm first teaching them further in front. You're more likely to look at this one that is closer than you just based off of like vision fields and reach for that than you are if they're like even, it's just a 50-50 guess, especially if you don't know yet. So I really like them to get it right. So I put the correct answer like further in front to ensure that they're like getting the right answer and that I get to praise them for getting the right answer. And then as I think that they're starting to get it, I put them closer together. And if they start reaching for the wrong one, I might like shake it or like move it, like those little slight prompts just to ensure that they're getting it right and that they're learning something out of it. So the other thing that I wanted to just like quickly show you balls that are around the house. When you have like the 3 bowls up here like this, you can use this as a math lesson too. So if I have like 2 balls here, 2 balls here, and I have no balls in this, we can say, what is this bowl plus this bowl equal? And we would take 1, 2, put them in, 3, 4. So 2 plus 2 equals 4. So now I'm adding math into like this sorting activity. So once you sort it, you can do like different addition activities or even just counting. Like now let's take these out and let's count. How many green balls are in the bowl? So just simple things like that. Okay, let's watch the next video. Okay, so here's another sorting activity that you can do with just like your silverware from your kitchen. So we're going to help him sort because he obviously... So this is the one that I was talking about too. I forgot to mention before I started playing it. We are using my nephew as a demonstrator. He has never sorted anything before. He is 1 year and 3 months old, so he's still really, really young. And this was like his first attempt at sorting something. And my dad and I just kind of like had this idea to use him to show what it would be like if your student or your kid needs that like extreme prompting or a lot of prompting. So I'm going to show you hand over hand, and I'm going to kind of talk about it. But again, hand over hand is basically just that I'm going to guide you, and we're going to make sure that 1, we're doing the activity, and that 2, we're getting the activity right. So a lot of times I also use hand over hand if I do have a kiddo that has like shows some behavior issues or behavior things that we are working on in the classroom. I will do hand over hand to make sure that they are focused and that they're working on what we're supposed to be working on, because if not, then it kind of just defeats the purpose of what we're trying to do. So you're going to see that I use hand over hand with my nephew Bentley, and I'll talk about it more as we do it. This is also where I say use discretion. We use butter knives with him in this. We felt comfortable doing it because I had me on this end and my dad is sitting right there. So whenever he grabs it, like somebody is there to watch and help him, which is nice. how to do that yet himself. So if we hand him a knife, Bentley, here, it's the knife. Can you put the knife in here? If he doesn't put it where we want to the first time, we're going to help him. So hand over hand, drop it, let go. Yay, Bentley! And then praise right away. So that is also another really important piece. So as I help him and I put it in, I want him to think that he is doing all the work. So we are going to put it in and we are going to praise right away and let him know that he did the right thing and that he's doing great. And then I might hand him a spoon. Can you put the spoon here? Hey, Bentley, can you put the spoon here? No, almost. Ready? Drop. Yay! Okay, so I almost broke my golden rule with this one. Try not to say no to your kids. I try not to say no whenever we're learning, and I corrected myself here and was like, almost, when I started to say no. People hear no way too much, and then they're not going to want to do it, especially if they have more of an understanding than my 1-year-old nephew. So try not to say no, but you'll see that this is like a good example of like, I just guide him, correct him, and then I praise. Help him put it in the right spot, praise right away. So that would be hand over hand, and we'll give him a fork, the last one. So fork right here. Oh, almost. Oh, hold on. You hold the fork. Nice job. Ready? Yay! Good job. Bentley, can you hand me the spoon?
Give him the spoon.
And you can also do it reverse. Nice work. Can I have it? Wow. Thank you. Okay, so that was one of my examples of like a super subtle gesture prompt. So I touch the spoon, and you might not even recognize that as I ask for the spoon, I touch it, but it draws his eyes and his attention to that spoon. I'm just going to rewind so you guys can see it. But right here, I'm asking for the spoon, and I'm tapping the spoon. And you'll see that like his attention is somewhere else, which is why I naturally do it. But it's like still very subtle. I'm not being crazy with it. I'm not like, here is the spoon, and then I put it back. I am just very like subtly drawing his attention back to the answer that I want so that he gets it right. Emily, can you hand me the spoon?
Give him the spoon.
And you can also do it reverse. Nice work. Can I have it? Wow. Thank you. Yay. Good job. So when you do it that way, yay. So you can see that like he's very used to receiving that like verbal, physical praise of like a clap and a yay, and he starts to do it himself. So now that's like an incentive of like, if I get this answer right, I'm going to get to say yay. So now I'm going to show you how you can do this with kids who are on a higher learning level and sorting. And just remember that this is all life skills stuff too. So they need to like learn what a fork and a spoon and a knife is, so that eventually we want them to be independent and be able to eat foods using the correct utensils. And this is just another way to ensure that they're like learning what those utensils are and it's becoming natural. That would be hand over hand so that we're making sure that he doesn't make a mistake. You can also do it with somebody that knows how to do it. Whoa, Birdie, come here. So if they already know how to sort, I can have them already in there. I normally just have examples in there for them to match, and then I might just give them like piles. So if they know how to do it, go ahead. They would look, find the fork, nice job. Spoon with the spoon, nice job. Fork, good. Knife, nice. Spoon, nice job. Fork, and once they are sorted, you would praise again. And then you could also do it reverse, so just seeing if they know like their life skills of kitchen utensils. Can you hand me a knife, please? Perfect. Can you hand me a spoon? Nice job. Can you hand me a fork? Nice. Thank you. So you can do any of those like 3 things you can. Okay, so there was like quick examples of ways that you could do it with somebody who is at a higher learning level. I would just give them the pile and I would just have them sort it, but I'm still praising after they get each answer right. So it's not as extreme as with Bentley, my nephew, where I'm like, yay, and I'm clapping. It's more subtle, like nice job, good work. But I want them to know that they're doing the right thing. And if they did get it wrong for whatever reason, I would just probably take it out and I would say, let's try that one again. Because they're at a higher learning level. And so it's not, again, I'm not saying, no, you're wrong. I'm saying, I I think maybe we should try again. And that sounds different than being like, no, you're not right. So this is just, again, ways that I always try to help my students, and like just different sorting activities that I do. You can sort pretty much anything, which is like the lovely benefit of sorting, is that it is like universal. Like you're always going to need to sort things. Think about how much in our daily lives, like we sort. I just sorted my bookcase that's over there yesterday, and like sorted papers and just getting everything clean. Like we sort. So sorting helps them become independent. It also helps them recognize differences in items. And then like when you start using things like silverware, that is a life skill and it's a necessity. And it's something that like we really want them to be able to do. So thank you again for joining me. If there's anything that you guys want to see, let us know. Like I said, I'm working very closely with my coworkers. And if you guys want to see something specific, please tell us. Other than that, I'm just going to keep showing you things that I think are good and you can use. If there's something you like, comment. If there's something that you disagree with or have seen done better ways, please let me know that too. Yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. Like, subscribe, comment. Bye. Murphy, stop.